Are we aware as parents that some of the things that we consider to be generational curses are simply generational patterns? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there are no generational curses. Yes, there are. But then again, parenting is nature and nurture. You parent your children through nature, that is the genes that you have contributed to them, the genes you have given them, the genes they have inherited from you, and through nurture, the way you raise them, the things you say, the things you do, the things you teach them, the environment in which you put them to grow. Now, in terms of nature, majority of the things that you do, your children also have the chances, they also have the possibility, they are also prone to doing these things because that is what runs in their veins, that is the blood that runs in their veins. You really cannot do much about that because hey, we cannot control our genes. But then again, when it comes to nurture, the way you raise your children, you also raise your children as a parent with your own character. Now, our children are observing the way we talk, the way we resolve issues, the way we interact with people, our conflict resolution skills, our spending habit, our social habit, how we plan, how we execute this plan, the speed at which we do things. Do you understand? And chances are, or there's a great probability that they are also learning to do things this way. So, if on one hand they have inherited part of these abilities from you, on the other hand, they are also observing you do these things. Hey, that is exactly the line that majority of them will toe. They will do things almost the exact way you do it and will get almost the exact result. Then it now begins to look like, this thing that happened in my mother, you observed it in your mother, your daughter is observing it in you, definitely it will continue. So as parents, if there is anything you know, any pattern that you have seen repeated itself, while you are praying against generational patterns on one hand, against generational curses, observe patterns, observe the way you do things, and be deliberate, be intentional in putting an end to these things so that your children are not seeing it. Your children are not observing. They are not living the life that you do not want them to live. All right? And need I add this? We focus so much on generational curses in this part of the world, and we forget that there are also generational blessings. So, whilst you are praying against generational curses, while you are working intentionally against negative patterns, also pray and claim the generational blessings in your family bloodline.